Today we're going to talk about employee benefits, Social Security, and Medicare. So we're going to start out with a warm-up here. Amy works in an office equipment store and gets paid both an hourly rate and a commission. Her regular schedule is 40 hours a week, and she earns $13 an hour. When Amy works overtime, she earns time and a half pay. She also earns an 8% commission on her total sales each week. Last week, Amy worked 45 hours and sold $12,000 worth of office equipment. How much was Amy's paycheck for the week? All right, we're going to start out with Amy's base pay. So that's 40 hours at, what was it, $13 an hour? And we'll get out our calculator and 40 times 13. That'll be $520. Next, she worked 45 hours, so she's got 5 hours of overtime. She gets time and a half, so 13 times 1.5 comes out to be $19.50 an hour. That's an additional $97.50. Now, she also gets commission. Commission's where you can make some serious money. She gets 8% times $12,000 because she sold $12,000 worth of stuff. So 0.08 times 12,000. That's $960. So then you go ahead and add all that up. And she made $1,577.50. Okay. Notice most of that's commission. Okay, so keep in mind, commission salespeople are generally the highest paid employees around. Okay, so some terms you got to know. Paid time off is also known as PTO. All right, and it's simply pay for time off. That can be your vacation, that can be your sick leave. Okay, it can be a lot of different things. Personal time, all those are included in paid time off. Okay, healthcare. A lot of places will pay for your insurance. So healthcare could be compensation for health insurance. Depending on where you work, they might compensate you quite a bit for that. There's a lot of places that pay all of your health insurance costs. Or they don't, well, not all of it anymore, but, high amount, 90% or something. Some places don't pay for anything. Pension. So pension is money deducted for your retirement. Okay, it could go into an actual pension where the company holds that money for you and then pays you after you retire. It could be put into a 401k or a IRA or a 403b account, which is monies that you have for retirement that is yours. Okay, you take that when you go too. Whereas a pension usually stays with the company. So if you work for 15 years and you have to have 20 years in to get a pension and you quit, you don't get any of that. Okay? Whereas if you had a 401k, you take that money with you when you go and you just put it in your new company's 401k. Unemployment compensation. So unemployment compensation is money received for time off due to a lost job. Now, they're going to deduct that from your paycheck. And they're going to deduct a certain amount of money for insurance for that. And then if you're laid off or you're fired, then you can receive a portion of your salary as unemployment compensation. If you quit, you don't get any of it, though. All right, Social Security tax. Social Security is the tax is money taxed for Social Security payments after you reach, I think it's 67 and a half years of age. Now, you can choose not to take that until you're 70, and then you get more money than you would if you took it earlier. And they've been raising this age very slowly. It used to be that it was 62, but the average life expectancy was 59. So most people didn't receive any Social Security money. But now people live on average to 80 years, so most people are receiving something. Medicare tax. This is a tax to provide Medicare, which is basically insurance, health insurance, for those over 65. Okay, when you reach 65, you can go on Medicare. The insurance is cheaper. It's paid for through the government. Okay. Alan works for a printing company 5 days a week. It's been a little over 4 years since he was hired. He now makes $54,080 per year. When he was hired, he was given 5 days of paid vacation, and he was promised 2 additional days per year of employment to a maximum of 20 days. How many paid vacation days does Alan have this year, and how much will Alan get paid while he's on vacation? Okay. So he started out with, he works 5 days a week. He was given 5 paid days when he started, and he gets 2 additional days every year until he gets to 20 days. So he's now been working there 4 years. So he's gotten 4 times 2 or 8 additional days plus his original 5. So he's got 5 plus 8 is 13 days of vacation time. Now, they want to figure out how much is he going to get paid for that. Well, you're going to start out with, gets paid $54,080 a year, and he works 5 days a week. So we got to figure out how much does he get paid per day. So 5 days a week times 52 weeks, that's 260 days that he works. That's what most people work, 260 days. Okay, so we're going to take $54,080 and divide that by 260. That means he's getting paid $208 a day. right, so now he's got 13 days vacation. So 208 times 13. That means that his vacation is worth $2,704 to him. Okay? All right. Betty works in a medical office 5 days a week. It's been a little over 5 years since she was hired, and she now makes $47,120 a year. When she was hired, she was given 5 days of paid vacation and promised 3 additional days per year to a maximum of 28 days. How many paid vacation days does Betty have this year, and how much will Betty get paid when she's on vacation? So this is the same problem as the last one, just different numbers. Okay, she still works 260 days. So let's figure out how many days of vacation she has first. So she got 5, and she gets 3 additional every year to a maximum of 28, and she's been working there for 5 years. So 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 5 original days. She's got 20 days of vacation. Okay, that answers the first question. Now we got to figure out how much she makes per day. So we saw right here she makes $47,120 a year, and we said since she works 5 days a week, that's 260 days a year. So we'll go ahead and figure that out. That's $191.63 a day. Let me double check that. 47,120 divided by 260. Oh, I was wrong. It's $181. I don't know what I did wrong. $181.23 a day. Okay. So how much is that worth? Well, 181.23 times 20 comes out to be $3,624.60. Okay. Last one like this. I'm going to let you pause this and do this one on your own. Then we'll come back here and you can see how much, or we can compare answers. So pause the video, do this problem, then jump back on. Let me know what you got. All right, Carl's working for the construction company 5 days a week. So again, that's 260 days a year. Okay. He's been a little over 7 years since he was hired. He was given 1 week of paid vacation and promised an additional week every 2 years. So he's gotten 2, will go into 7 3 times. So he's gotten 3 additional weeks. So he's at 4 weeks, and he gets a maximum of 4 weeks. So he's topped out on vacation days. How many vacation weeks does Carl have this year, and how much will Carl get paid while he's on vacation? Okay, so he's got 4 weeks. So that was easy. And he works 260 days. We'll figure out how much he makes per day. So 65,340 divided by 260. We'll double check that. $251.31 per day. Oh, you know what? We should have done this per week on this one. So we don't care how many days he works. We're doing it by weeks. So we're going to divide this by 52 because there's 52 weeks in a year. Make sure you read the question carefully. That's $1,256.54 a week. So then he's got 4 weeks. So 12, 56, 54 times 4 weeks. That's $5,026.16. All right, healthcare. So Frida's employer offers healthcare as an employee benefit, and she's got to pay 12% of the cost, and her employer will cover the rest. So she gets paid biweekly, and notices $88.50 is taken out of her paycheck for healthcare. How much does Frida's employer contribute to her healthcare coverage? Okay, so let's see. They're going to want a yearly amount. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see. She gets 20. She's paid biweekly, so she's getting 26 paychecks. Okay, and each one is taking out $88.50. So we're going to multiply that together. 26 times $88.50. So she paid $2,301 for the year for her health insurance. Okay, now that's only 12% of the cost. So let's figure out 12% of the cost is $2,301. So we're going to divide that by 0.12. And that's going to come out to be $19,175. That's how much the company had to pay for her insurance right there for the year. Okay, now that was the total cost. So we need to take what Frida paid out of there. So $19,175. She paid $2,301. So we'll go ahead and subtract that. The company paid $16,874. All right, so that's something that you want to take into account when you're looking at a job and they tell you, okay, here's your salary and this is what your health insurance benefit's going to be, and this is what your vacation benefit's going to be. You want to add those into the package to find out what your total compensation is. That way you can compare different jobs that might have different salaries and different insurance coverage rates. Okay, Mrs. Gent's employer offers health care as an employee benefit. Mrs. Gents must contribute 10% of the cost, and her employer will cover the rest. She's paid monthly, okay? And notices that $152.35 is taken out of her paycheck. So how much does Mrs. Gents' employer contribute to her health care coverage? Okay, so she is going to contribute $152.35. 12 times for the year. 152.35 times 12. She's going to pay $1,828.20. Now that's only 10% because she pays 10%. So 10% of the cost is $1,828.20. So if I divide by 0.10, that means the total cost of the insurance is $18,282 for the year. All right, so we'll take that amount and we'll subtract the amount that Mrs. Gents paid. And that means that the company paid $16,453.80 for her insurance. I'm going to let you pause the video right here and figure out this problem. Jim's employer offers family health care as an employee benefit. Jim contributes 15% of the cost and his employer will cover the rest. Jim gets paid weekly, and notice his $45.24 is taken out of his paycheck for health care. How much does Jim's employer contribute for his health care coverage? So pause the video, figure that out just like the last two, and then jump back on here and compare it. Okay, so Jim gets paid weekly. That's 52 times a year, and he pays $45.24. So we're going to multiply that by 52 to figure out how much Jim pays. Jim pays $2,352.48 per year. Now that's only 15% of the cost. So 0.15 times the cost is $2,352.48. So I'm going to divide by 0.15. So the cost of the insurance is $15,683.20. And of course, Jim paid $2,352.48 of that. So we'll subtract that. And the employer had to pay $13,330.72. Okay, Marina is the director of the Washington Performing Arts Center. Her employer offers a pension. A retiring employee receives 1.5% of the average salary over the last 5 years, multiplied by the number of years that she worked. Marina would receive this amount each year until her death. Her salaries for the last 5 years are listed right there. Okay, calculate her pension. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take these salaries and add them up and divide by 5. So 88.9 plus 92.2 plus 96 plus 98. These are all in thousands, of course, and 102. Add that up, and that comes out to be $477,100, which we're going to go ahead and divide by 5, and we're going to get $95,420. That's her average salary. Now we're going to calculate what her retirement benefit's going to be. So it's going to be $95,420 times 0.015, because she gets 1.5%. That's $1,431.30. And then she gets multiplied times 25 years of service, times 25. She's going to get a pension of $35,782.50 a year. Okay, now here's the thing. It's kind of the way retirements go. If you're used to living off of this, and now you've got to live off of this, you better be prepared ahead of time and have some money set aside someplace, because people live to the limits of their income. So they tend to need this kind of income, and that's not even close. So all right, this retiring employee receives 2.5% of the average salary over 5 years multiplied by the total years of employment. So it's the same calculation as before, except 2.5% instead of 1.5%. So this is going to be a better pension. So we'll take 78,000, 83,000, 85,000, 88,000, and 92,000. And we'll add those all together. So she made $426,000 over the past 5 years. So then we will average that. So we're going to divide it by 5. It's $85,200. Now we're going to multiply that by 0.025 because she gets 2.5% of that. That's $2,130. And she had 30 years in, so times 30. So she's going to have a pension of $63,900 a year. Not too shabby. That's over $5,000 a month to not work. Okay, I'll let you do this one on your own, and then you can pause this. You can pause this, do this on your own, jump back on here, and compare it to what I get. This retiring employee receives 3% of the average salary for the last 5 years, multiplied by the total years of employment. This person worked for 20 years, and their salaries are listed below. So go ahead and pause this, figure it out, and then jump back on here and see what we got. All right, 65,700 plus 68,100 plus 73,600 plus 77,000 plus 82,000. Averaged or got $366,400 in salary over 5 years. Divide that by 5. That's an average of $73,280 a year. Okay. $73,280 a year times 3%. That comes out to be $2,198.40, and they had 20 years of service. That's $43,968 a year. Okay, in Reese's state, the weekly unemployment compensation is 60% of the 26-week average for the 2 highest salaried quarters. A quarter is 3 consecutive months. For July, August, and September, he earned $9,024. In October, November, December, he earned $9,800. Determine Reese's unemployment compensation. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is take those 2 quarters and add them together. 9,800, 9,024. That's $18,824. Okay, now we need to divide that by 26 to figure out his average weekly over that. So 18,824 divided by 26. That's $724 a week on average. Okay, he gets 60% of that, so times 0.6, that's $434.40. per week. Now, depending on what state you live in, they have minimums and maximums for how much you can get. So, like if the minimum was $500 a week, he would make less than that, so he would actually get $500 a week. If the maximum was like $400 a week, he'd be over the maximum, so he would only get $400. So you got to really see what the state rules are for each one. So in Oregon, your weekly benefit amount will be 1.25% of your total wages for your base period, subject to a weekly minimum of $126 and a maximum of $538. Benefits are available for up to 26 weeks. Suppose your first year on the job, you earn $35,000, and then you're RIF the next year. So RIF stands for reduction in force. You got laid off. How much could you collect in unemployment compensation while you're searching for a new job? Okay, so this person gets $35,000, was making $35,000 a year, and they get 1.25% of their base wages or their total wages. So 35,000 times 0.0125, and that's per year. Okay, so this comes out to be $437.50. Let's see. Okay, so this person's going to get $437.50 a week for up to 26 weeks. Could earn up to $11,375. Okay. Romero got his first job in 2016. In that year, Social Security tax was 6.2% of income up to $118,500. Medicare tax was 1.45%. If Romero earned $73,211 in 2016, how much did he pay for Social Security and Medicare taxes? Real simple, guys. $73,211. Okay, so Social Security is 6.2% times 0.062. Whoops. 73,211 times 0.062 is $4,539.08. That's Social Security. Okay, he also paid 1.45% for Medicare tax. That's $1,061.56 for Medicare. There you go. So remember, these are being deducted out of his pay. He didn't actually get $73,211. He got about $5,600 less than that. That doesn't include federal taxes either. Jonathan got his first job in 2017, and that year's Social Security tax was 6.2% of his income up to $127,000. Medicare was 1.45%. If Jonathan earned $33,782, how much did he pay for Social Security and Medicare taxes? I'll let you pause this right here and figure that out, then jump back on and compare it to what I get. Okay, so 33,782 times 0.062. $2,094.48. That's for Social Security. Medicare. So 33,782 times 0.0145. $489.84. All right. One more problem here. I'll let you pause the video and look at this one. McKenna got her first job in 2017. She earned $44,159. Social Security tax was 6.2%, and Medicare was 1.5%, 45%. Calculate those taxes for her. Ready, set, go. So 44,159 times 0.062. That's $2,737.86 for Social Security. Times 0.0145. That's $640.31 for Medicare. All right. You're going to do pages 23 through 25 of your packet. Looks like this. Going to calculate some unemployment and Social Security and Medicare taxes, and then you'll be done. See you next week.